I stare down at the beautiful bouquet made up of white lilies, but the appearance slowly leaves my mind as I think of what Rumpel just said. He bought them for a girl he likes, not for me. My heart feels as if it might be pierced through with something sharp. My breath escapes my throat, but I cannot bring myself to inhale again. He brought it for you! Rumpel looks at me in alarm. Retta. I nudge him out of the way and walk past him. But he bought it for you! Oh God, Lucette, no.
Lives in a monochrome world, working from the side through her lonely eyes. It reflects the ocean and stars, but her cry echoes around the simple loss of love in her heart, making this whole fairy tale alive. Within sorrow's tender embrace, this was never meant to happen. The day, the only reason you have to stay. Hear me sing my song and just keep holding on. Cinderella, why don't you stay with me tonight? We will dance until midnight comes and we could run away. Oh, we will never ever be apart. Set aside all your fears, this magic lives inside your heart. I am here, would you wanna stay with me tonight? Follow me, we will run across the bridge of fantasy. All the pain and sadness that you feel, believe in me, hold me close, don't ever let me go. Come and stay with me forever. Magic lives so long as I am here.
Sup guys, the name's Jack Neal and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So last where we left off, we learned just a little bit more about Rumpel, but he still wants his journals for the memories. So we were like, okay, we're gonna write to Bria and meet up with her. But also we got sick and during all that shenanigans. But Rumpel was taking care of us and he was back with his jokes. Jesus Lord, he's just, I love this dude. But now I feel like I think we're going to meet up with Bria right now, so let us get to it. Today I am outside by myself. I think if Parfait or Dolores knew, they would do worse than scold me. I shuffle uncomfortably as I sit at the little cafe Bria told me to wait for her at. A part of me is already convinced that she will not come. When I wrote her that letter asking for Rumpel's journals and she responded so easily, I was a little suspicious, but this is really the only chance I have. The only chance you'll have at what? Bria appears in front of me, now looking altogether unpleased, but still not smiling. Nothing. I do not like her, but I will have to play nice if I want to get Rumpel's journals back. Thank you for meeting me out here. Bria takes a seat in front of me, her expression still flat. You asked me in your letter why I was refusing to speak to Rumpel, and then you told me you wanted to meet me to find out why. You want the journals too, don't you? She reaches into a bag and pulls out a few journals that I assume are Rumpel's. Hey! So she does have them. I know in your eyes I must seem the villain, but I'm not the only one at fault in this relationship. Years ago, when I met Rumpel, he was as he is now. Flirtatious, charming, over the top, and yet his compliments still made my heart soar. His compliments may be shallow, but Rumpel is far from it. I pined after him for years. He was learning medicine, and I was studying to take over my mother's sewing shop. In the first years that I knew him, Rumpel always complimented my work, even though it was nothing special. He insisted we do trade-offs. When we started dating, he would offer me flowers and trinkets, and in exchange I would sew him some article of clothing. I can see he's still wearing the scarf that I made him. That scarf was from Bria? We fell in love. Rumpel became a changed man, more serious. He became a doctor, and I opened up a shop. We were supposed to have a fairy tale ending, but Her expression falls again as she looks absently down at the table. We saw in each other ideals that didn't exist. Love can be shallow, or it can be deep. I felt our love was deep, but in truth, I only ever knew the very surface of Rumpel. The surface? I saw his kindness, his charm, and his drive to do what was right. But then, as time went on, I also saw what that meant. The world is a place where only the strong survive. People are kind, but they will take advantage of those who are too caring. So basically, she kind of has the same set as her mother. Those sound like mother's words. I shudder as I think about mother's pessimism. The same kind lies in me. It is a realistic way of looking at the world, but it is also so dismal and cloudy that it is impossible to see any light within it. Rumpel helped a lot of people. Many of them are wonderful people, and I was always happy to see him do so much. But then, he started putting other people above himself. And because we lived together, that meant me as well. Maybe it sounds petty to you, but no woman wants to live in poverty. I look at her skeptically. In the back of my mind, I remember the convenience of luxury, of so much money. I then recall the feeling of living poor on the streets and flinch. We had a house and we had a reputation, but Rumpel refused money most of the time. He helped lots of poor people, but he also dried out our wallets. And whenever I brought it up to him, he would smile, as if that could just get rid of all our problems. He made a name for himself as a doctor who helped the poor for minimal money, sometimes for free. And even when I told him we needed more money, he put other people first. He was so selfless, but that he became selfish. And I told him before that he should have accepted money, that he needed it. So selfless, he became selfish. I had to go behind his back and find payment. What I was making wasn't enough. So I went to find his patience and tried to ask for payment. I became almost like a beggar. Can you imagine my humiliation? Rumpel put his patience before Bria. I was convinced he didn't love me, and my love dwindled for him. Our relationship became strained. Bria goes on to explain the events that happened between her and the nobleman. He was one of Rumpel's patients, and when she went to ask for the money he had urgently offered, the two of them became intimate. But it was short-lived, and when the nobleman left her behind, Bria had to deal with a soured reputation. I wanted to make it up to Rumpel. I thought I could salvage this relationship, maybe even start over and teach him what was right, but that is not my place. She sighs deeply and then gestures at me. I share blame in all of this too, but so does Rumpel. That's why I've decided to let this all go. Whatever he does now, you'll have to deal with, because you're his partner, right? Bria hands me the bag of journals. Don't look so surprised. You came here for these, not to listen to me. I thought on it last night and have no reason to keep them around when they'll just continue making me bitter. I'll have to rely on myself for a while, but that's fine. Sometimes it's easier to keep to yourself than to trust others. She moves to stand up, but I surprise myself by reaching out to grab her hand. Bria, I don't need your pity. I thought the same thing. What? I still think the same thing. It is so much easier to close the world off. It is so much easier to trust no one but yourself, but it should also be a balance. That is what Rumpel taught me. And I want to teach him how to have balance too. You? You're falling for his kindness the same way I did. You fell in love with him, even though you told yourself he was shallow and unrealistic. Okay, I'm probably reading past all of this because honestly, I don't know what to feel. I know cheating is wrong. That's all I'm saying right now. Cheating is wrong. She shouldn't have cheated on him like that. She should have went straight up to him and say, "I'm falling out of love with you" and whatever, and then go there. But but she didn't choose to do that. She still cheated on him behind his back. So this is kind of her fault too. But also, Rumpel, why? Why are you so selfless like that? You need to survive on money and food too. So it's kind of his fault as well, because he was like, putting other people other than himself, even his own fiance. I think he has to blame as well. But she's also in blame for this. That's what I want to say. They're both in the blame. Cheating is not right. She shouldn't have cheated on him like that. She should have just asked for money, or not really asked, but try to convince Rumpel in a way. He's that thick-headed. You gotta bang his head and be like, dude, we need money. We have nothing to eat. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm taking this... Wait, I'm not taking this seriously. They're both at fault. I still don't like that she cheated. Anyway. My heart thumps once, loudly in my chest. Love? I can read it right off your face. I know how it feels too, but... Don't get wrapped up like in an ideal, little girl. That is my warning. If you can help him, actually help him, then you're meant to be together. But otherwise, trusting Rumpel might only break your heart. I'm not a little girl. I know how to be realistic. My worlds trail off as I look at her helplessly. Bria surprises me by speaking up quietly. Thank you for listening to me. She pulls her hand away and slowly smiles at me. It is the first honest smile I have seen on her face. If I feel something warm at my chest, and then a bright light emanates from my necklace. A good deed? For listening to Bria, or... I glance down at the bag of journals, then down at my necklace. Hey, we got another good deed! We just need one more. I touch the pendant. The new piece brings a brief smile to my lips. I have 2 good deeds now. Only one more and I can break my curse. Magic? Is this another Fairytale Curse? Yes. Your name was Rena, wasn't it? Rumpel talked about you fondly. I hope that the both of you break your curses. Good luck. Thank you, Bria. She got nice. She got nice. Even though I still don't like her that she cheated, but she's actually a nice person deep down. She just wanted to help Rumpel, help them with money and stuff, because Rumpel was still at fault. But she's actually a nice person, minus the cheating. Kind of lost respect for that, for her for that. Bria walks away, leaving me by myself in the town square. My mind swirls with everything that she just told me. I still cannot bring myself to like Bria, but I feel more closure now. But now something new plagues my mind. How could I fall in love with someone like Rumpel? The more I say it, the more it becomes a certainty. Rather than fill me with joy, it only makes me more confused. I cannot think about this now. I turn on my heels to head back and bump promptly into a man. Oh no! Oh God, no! Oh. Bark! Oh my God! That is Fritz too! Oh no! But my heart. Okay. I can explain. No, I can't explain myself. I miss Bark. Okay. Yes, he was an asshole, but I liked him. He got better. Bark, Fritz. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Oh, sorry, madam. He smiles at me, then keeps walking. Bye, Bark. I'll miss you. I'm gonna replay for this round now. Wait, maybe I shouldn't. I shouldn't replay it because all that sadness just got me down in tears. No, I'm not. Well, some point, probably. I don't know. I stare after him, feeling slightly uncomfortable. With the mask and cloak, the man reminded me of a performer. But that means he wasn't close to breaking his curse. Fritz! I make my way back to the margin with the bag of journals, still struggling to keep my mind from wandering. Every time I think about Rumpel being so close to me, or his kindness toward me, I feel jittery inside. Despite everything that Bria said, I cannot stop these feelings. These feelings are annoying. I feel you, girl! Yet even as I think that, I know it is not the full truth. Do I really? I heard the marchand's door open and out steps Waltz. The minute he sees me, his eyes widen and he runs toward me. Princess, where were you? I was running an errand. I hold up the bag, but it does little to ease Waltz's frustration. We were all looking for you and we got worried that the witches had found you. Rumpel already went out into town. What? I'll go. Please, Princess, stay inside. His expression softened somewhat, until all I could see on his face is worry. I'll go get Rumpel. Okay. My mood feels completely dashed as I enter the march into whispers, both relieved and disappointed. Surprisingly, I get away with just a lecture from Delora and Parfait. It seems as if there is something else on their mind, something that most likely involves the rumors circulating around town. Our dad's in trouble! I think. I wait downstairs for a long time for Rumpel, but neither him nor Waltz appear. Where are they? I return to my room later as I wait for news. Waltz eventually returns, saying Rumpel is still out because he had things he wanted to do. I have no idea what that means, but it unsettles me. Should I go find him? Ah, crap, save! Ah, F it, I'm going to find him! I want to find him. I stand and stop for a few moments to look at the bag of journals beside my bed. And here I was looking forward to giving those journals to him. I make my way toward the door, turn the knob, and then walk outside. Princess! Rumpel! Before I can even think about saying anything, I feel his warmth envelop me and I freeze. One of his hands moves to the small of my back, where it remains as he smiles down at me. I caught you just in time, my feisty sweet. Did you plan on escaping into the dead of night again? Oh, she's so cute, blushing. Oh, have words abandoned you in wake of my dramatic appearance? Please, Rumpel, stop. I hurriedly pry myself away with a little gasp. A few steps back, and I can see him in full, and I notice the bouquet he carries. I'm glad to see you back, Princess. I'm only sorry that I couldn't make it back here any faster. I had a few errands of my own to run in town. Rumpel holds out the bouquet with a glittering smile. Oh! Like buying these flowers for the girl I really like, for instance. Oh! I stare down at the beautiful bouquet made up of white lilies, but the appearance slowly leaves my mind as I think of what Rumpel just said. He bought them for a girl he likes, not for me. My heart feels as if it might be pierced through with something sharp. My breath escapes my throat, but I cannot bring myself to inhale again. He brought it for you! Rumpel looks at me in alarm. Retta. I nudge him out of the way and walk past him. But he bought it for you! Oh God, Lucette, no! I make my way to the reception area, where I collapse onto one of the couches and sit, staring blankly at the walls. The feelings inside of me are too much all at once. I tell myself that they do not make any sense, and that the way I reacted to what Rumpel said was pitiful. And yet I still cannot stop myself from feeling small. Oh no! I sink into the couch and close my eyes, willing away the sound of my rapidly beating heart and the tears stinging in the edge of my eyes. I am not weak. I will not cry, Mother told me. But the thought of Mother makes the tears worse, and soon I am sinking even further into the couch, trying to hide my tear-stained face in my hands. Mother, Bria, they both said the same things. They both see the bad in people, and I too have seen the bad in them. When I was on the streets, no one in Angielle showed me kindness. People will never show you kindness unless there is something in it for them. They will never. I feel sudden warmth as arms wrap around me. I recognize this sensation. The warmth, the comfort. It is all so comforting, so soothing. Oh, I must be the worst person in the world. To make such a beautiful lady cry is a sin that I must atone for. Oh God, no, this hurts my heart! My body stiffens, but I do not pull away. I listen to the sound of his heartbeat against my ear, and slowly but surely my crying dies away. My eyes are sore by the time I finally manage to still the tears. I feel drowsiness descend upon me like a blanket, but I will not fall asleep. Slowly I pry myself from the arms holding me. Hello, my love. Stop. I messed up again, didn't I? I do not see the bouquet in his hands, but a journal. One of the journals I brought back for him from Bria. You're capable of a lot more good than I am, Princess. Just look at this. He reaches out and touches my necklace, and I glance down at it. Yay! You got my journals back for me. I saw them in your room. And I feel it, that this one, the most recently dated one, is the one that I need to unlock my final memory. I grasp the second incomplete glass slipper around my neck and breathe out softly. Then this really is from retrieving Rumpel's journals for him. I got a good deed for finally doing something good for Rumpel. Would you allow me to read it with you? He reaches out and gently brushes a tear from my face. You did all of this for me, and you barely know anything about me. That makes both of us. If you wouldn't mind, I want to read out this entry for you. I nod, even though I should be shaking my head. Even though I should still be hurt, I cannot stay mad at Rumpel. On this night, I am a poor man. Everything that is precious to me has been stolen away by the witch. Well, Rumpel's voice catches in his throat as he stares at the words. I look over his shoulder at the journal. Witch, was he already cursed when he wrote this? But I have no one to blame but myself. Bria told me before that I would suffer for my selflessness, and so now I find myself here. And now, because of that same selflessness, Bria is sick, and I cannot save her. There is only one thing left to do. I have wronged Bria in so many ways, and I will give anything it takes to save her. No matter what price the witch asks, I will pay it. I only hope that Bria can forgive me before she leaves. I will write again when the witch has left. I swear that after today, I will change for good. I will not ask the witch to perform any more miracles. Rumpel's finger goes to the page, where he softly touches a single word. His eyes have the glazed look in them that they have before, and I can tell his memories are snapping back together. For tonight, good night, and may tomorrow be a better morning. I read the last word, a name and signature. Rumpel reads it aloud slowly. Oh God, I can't read this. What? Chevalier Dumont. Your name is... Oh God, now it's complicated. Now I got a complicated name to say. Oh, help me. Your name is Chevalier? He looks up at me, his eyes forlorn, and then, with sadness, he speaks. That's right. It is so strange. It is just a different name, and yet it seems to change him completely. I remember everything now. I was given the Rumpelstiltskin curse because I sacrificed too much. First, it was the boy, the one we saw in the market. I struck a deal with a woman to save him. A witch. He mentioned striking a deal with a woman, but a witch? I figured! I don't have the ability to heal. None of us do, except for one particular witch who calls herself the Witch Doctor. Oh, was it the Witch Doctor who cursed him? Dang. Witch Doctor? Is something wrong? That name just sounds familiar. Ah, yes, it was the Witch Doctor then that helped. The Witch Doctor? It's no wonder I recognize the name. But yes, it was her. She promised she could heal the boy, but for a price. I had to give her a family heirloom, my family stethoscope. Yes, see, this is exactly like the Rumpelstiltskin story. Like, okay, Rumpelstiltskin comes in, and the lady can't weave the thread to gold. I think it was thread. Still can't remember. And then Rumpel's like, I will do it, but only if you give me something in return. And then that happened until, the rest of the story. Y'all know. Next was a woman. Next was a nobleman. I could not help him, so he lay in his bed, dying. The witch visited again, and I gave her what she asked for. What did you give her? My engagement ring. Oh God, what? Bria found out. She told me she'd never forgive me, and then she chased the nobleman to ask for the money she desperately needed, and... well, you know the rest. He gave away things that were precious to him, all to help those people. Then Bria got sick. I made one last deal with the witch because I was desperate to save her life. But it wasn't until after she healed Bria that she told me what she wanted. She wanted your memories. I don't remember what happened exactly. I think I panicked because I suddenly lost my memories. I ran out in the alleys, bumped my head on something, fell unconscious. And then I woke up here in the tavern, and I had no idea who I was or how I had gotten cursed. Rumpel. Chevalier's expression grows more somber. I deserved to be cursed after everything I had done. I was so selfish. An idealist, maybe. But I heard Bria because I refused to see reality. Oh, at least he accepts the blame for what he did. I still deserve to be cursed, actually. But why? Because I am still selfish. Even having remembered everything that made me a bad person, I still desire something. Someone I shouldn't have. My heart plummets again as he looks at me. I still want, so badly, to forge a future with someone I don't deserve. But what am I other than a poor doctor? I'm no knight in shining armor, and I'm no prince. You're both referring to Karma and Rod. He puts a hand on my cheek and leans closer to me. The distance us closes in mere seconds. What? But still, I keep on dreaming, because His fingers gently caress my cheek, and suddenly, I know. I know what he's going to say before he even says it. Save! I think it's quite obvious that he likes you. So we're gonna say it. We're gonna say it. I love you! But I'm not. Oh, whether you're a Rumpel or a Chevalier, you are the same person. You do not need a knight. You do not need to be a knight or a prince. Oh, she's blushing too. He accepted me for who I was, and he still does. Mother told me that humans were untrustworthy, but... Chevalier smiles at me and as he puts his other hand on my back and pulls me closer. The smile is so genuine and so gentle. The same smile I have grown to love. Ah! That's so cute! I can't! The cuteness is... Oh my god, stop it! Stop being cute! Whatever words I had been meaning to say died in my throat as he leans forward and gently places his lips on mine. I feel more grounded than I have ever felt before, but I also feel like I am flying. I set my hands on his chest and flex my fingers into his shirt. He runs his fingers gently down my face, then down the length of my neck. The kiss feels too short, yet I am still breathless when Chevalier pulls away from me, just enough so that I can see in it. Just enough so that I can see in his eyes. I love you, my sweet princess. Oh god, this is my heart. Oh god, yay! For your smile, for your laugh, for the way that you look out for other people. You're bold and feisty, and you remind me of a firework. You are beautiful, inside and out. The compliment warms my heart in a way that makes me feel like it might be melting. He reaches behind him and holds out the bouquet from earlier. These are for you. You like lilies, don't you? I take the bouquet from him and bring it to my nose. These have always been my favorite flower. How did you know? Chevalier grins at me, and it is so similar to his previous smiles that I know he must not have changed. The first time I gave you that white chocolate flower, your eyes lit up. I figured out that Chevalier was perceptive before, but the bouquet in my hands feels all the more meaningful now. Princess, I swear that I want to try and change. For you. You should do it for yourself, too. Myself? You should spoil yourself more, too. You always give to others, but you don't take for yourself. Now you know what you did, and you can change things. If Bria can, then so can I. Bria? I went and spoke to her when I was in town today, while I was getting the bouquet as a gift for you. We had to talk about moving on. I didn't understand it fully, and I don't think she did either, but we both agreed that we should. So I'm going to change what I can, Princess. And I promise that I'm going to help you break your curse, just as you helped me break mine. All the good things I have done are for you. That's true. But you've done a lot of other good things too, even if they may not be big enough to count for your 3 good deeds. It just so happens that your curse is very picky. Good things. Even though I am still curt and say more hurtful things than not. I finger the necklace at my neck in thought. Maybe the Chevalier is right. Maybe I have changed. And it is a good change. I sit close to Chevalier as the night goes on. He tells me a little bit about his past, and I tell him about mine. About Mother and the palace. The night is not one for advice, just listening. And I remember what Chevalier told me once, that listening can be just as meaningful as advice, that listening to others can help you understand them. And he was right. Oh, next day! Oh, what's going on? Princess, are you okay? Oh god, is Rumpel flirting again? Oh. Hi, Karma! I'm not used to calling him Rumpel Chevalier right now, so I'm just sticking with Rumpel because that's like the easiest thing. Anyway, oh, if it isn't the princess, are those dark circles under your eyes from a romantic night out? Oh God, you knew! You knew! You were the one who gave him the advice for me! I knew it, see? You were out with someone last night? No, they are being woken up early by Delora to do chores. Delora grins at me from the other side of the bar, but says nothing as she goes back to a conversation with another boarder. I see. Okay, so it's not Rumpel flirting. Okay. Darling, you are no fun at all. You must tell me what happened last night. Last night? Did you like the bouquet? Yep, he was the one who told him to do stuff. How do you know about the bouquet? Lucette, really? You're gonna play that now? Why? Because it was my suggestion. When Chevalier was asking Karma for advice, it was about me? Oh, they're all seeing my smile for the first time. Look at the way she smiled, Denise. Last night must have gone well. I'm confused. What happened last night? Poor innocent Denise. Don't worry, you'll get it soon. Pat, pat. I'm going to get Rumpel to give me all of the juicy details when he comes downstairs. And he comes back. That is Chevalier to you. Chevalier appears behind Karma, smiling. He seems a lot calmer today than usual. He glances over Karma at me, and we catch each other in a silent gaze. Seeing his eyes remind me of last night, which makes me inadvertently flush. Chevalier just winks at me. Chevalier? What is that? Something you say when a person sneezes. Please don't start, Karma. I love you, but please don't start this morning. Something you say when a person sneezes? No, that's his name. Rumpel, that is Chevalier, broke his curse yesterday. There's stunned silence from everyone in the immediate area. Even Delora walks over to us. What's this about a broken curse? Was it you, Rumpel? He's going by something that sounds like a fancy cake. Oh, God. Parfait seems to be bursting with excitement. Though she is her usual calm self on the outside, I can tell by the bounce in her step and by the way she raises her voice to make an announcement that she is proud. When everyone has learned that Chevalier has broken his curse, people come to the table offering drinks and congratulations. Chevalier gets lost in a crowd, mostly of women, but much to my surprise, Chevalier does not flirt back with any of them. Yes! Because he is committed to the one he loves. And then, in between our celebrations for Chevalier, the front door to the merchant opened and Waltz rushes inside. Oh God, it's gonna be something bad, isn't it? Oh, yep, told you. Where are Delora and Lady Parfait? I need to speak to them immediately. Waltz, you're just in time. We're all... Something has happened at the palace. Oh God, see, I told you! The room goes quiet at Waltz's proclamation. A few people shift uneasily in their chairs. Some try to go back into conversation. Most people do not care what happens in the palace, but they can tell by the tone of Waltz's voice that it is bad. What's happened at the palace? An uprising. What? A coup staged by witches. Witches have taken over the palace. Oh God, no. Mythros, what are you doing? The information is so sudden it makes me dizzy. I reach out to grab the table, and my hand lands on the wood before I can slip. Witches have taken over the palace? An army of them? No, only a few. Julien strides across the room, followed quickly by Garland. What's this about witches taking over? We have some of the best knights at the palace. There's no way witches could break under the palace's guard. Unless they had someone inside helping them. Mythros and Alcaster, duh! I'm sorry, I burst your eardrums. I'm sorry, guys. Alcaster? Yep. No. Myth. Yeah, I told you he's a bitch-faced spaghetti. Who are we talking about? Mythros. You know him as Mythros. He uses a different name now. Sir Mythros, the king's advisor? Yeah, bitch-faced spaghetti, you mean. He's a witch? There is no way Mythros is a witch. We would have known. That's why they call him a snake. And I call him Bitch Face McGee. Glamour. He used the glamour. Everything Walt says suddenly gets swallowed up in questions. Jerry and Garland ask question after question while others start surrounding Waltz to ask him what has happened to the king and his children. I try to step in closer to listen, but I cannot hear over the frantic voices in the room. Sir Mythros. I never trusted him, but I never thought he would be a witch. Good, you didn't trust him. The room only quiets down when I can't read. When Delore and Parfait come to punctuate the conversation with their own demands for everyone to give Walt space. The marchand boarders are all taken into the reception room, where Walt stands at attention, waiting to answer questions. He explains that he was looking into a rumor about Sir Mythros from only a few days ago, when he found out about the witches' uprising. It was a surprise attack orchestrated by Mythros, who let the witches in through a secret entrance to the palace. Alcaster was killed during the uprising. Ha! Bitch should die! Many knights were injured and are currently being tended to in clinics and hospitals around the town. After his explanation, I feel even worse than I did in the main room. I stare at Waltz, at a loss. What of Fritz? What of Fritz? Fritz? Sir Alcaster's son. Fitzgerald. He was my personal knight. If Sir Alcaster was killed in the uprising, where did that put Fritz? Was he working with Sir Alcaster or with Sir Mythros? Now, unfortunately, he's working with Sir Mythros as Fark. Did he escape? I'm sorry, Princess. I haven't heard anything about a knight named Fitzgerald. That's because Fark took over and I'm sad. Was he killed? He can't be. If he's Varg, he's probably working for Mythros right now. The thought makes my heart plummet. No, Fritz cannot possibly be dead. I have to believe that he is still alive. He is alive, just, complications. I feel Chevalier's hand on my shoulder, briefly, before it slides off. Are any of the kings and knights remaining in the palace? If they are, then they've either been forced to turn against the king, or they've been killed. Is Mythros sitting on the throne? Oh god, I can imagine his smugging face on the throne. Jesus, I want to punch him in the face! No, he usurped the king, but hasn't taken his throne. Waltz turns to me and his expression softens. Princess, feel free to ask me whatever you want. I'm sorry I didn't answer all of your questions earlier. I have so many questions, but I suppose I will ask one at a time. Well, save. I'm pretty sure I'll get to ask all the questions, but saving for now. Okay, first, what happened to the king and the others? Are they safe? I'm not sure. From what I've heard, the king and his family, your family, are still alive. Whew! I never cared for any of my stepfamily, but hearing that they are okay is still a relief. Mythros may be keeping them prisoner for now. Next question. The glamour, do you know Mythros? Who has claimed the crown? First ask, do you know about Mythros? It was a long time ago. We both shared the same teacher. Delora? I really don't know. Or was it Hildire? No. It can't be Delora. It's Hildire. It's Hildire. Teacher? Wait. Waltz, are you a... He's a witch! Yes! Waltz is a witch. He smiles at me, but it is weak and does not reach his eyes. Myth was always very competitive. I thought that he had died at the end of the Great War, but he's been in the palace this whole time. His disguise is so simple. I should have realized his name was so similar, but... You couldn't have helped it. That's what the glamour does to you. Maybe if I wasn't cursed, if I had more of my magic, I would have been able to sense him. Let's see. What is a glamour that he used? Delora steps in to answer the question. A glamour is a high level magic used to conceal one's identity. It keeps even other witches from sensing you. Parfait cast the same magic on you shortly after you came to the tavern. It was to protect you from the evil witches. A glamour can only be conjured by the powerful witches. It sounds as if this witch has been using glamour to hide himself from others. Alright, last question. Who has claimed the crown? As of right now, no one. The king's been kicked off of the throne, and Mythros has made a public announcement about usurping the throne, but he does not call himself king. Is he trying to win the throne over for someone? Yes. Myth has no one left. He was obsessed with our teacher, but she is gone. Well, there's me. Maybe he has different alliances now? He's looking for me. I mean, he's looking for Lucette. My bad. Parfait's eyes look distant as she stares dismally down at the ground. If my curse were broken, I would charge him right now and destroy him. Oh God, Walt, I am with you right there. Walt's expression becomes so dark it sends a shiver through me. It isn't like Walt to look so angry. We need to come up with a plan. Even if you weren't cursed, you would still not be able to defeat Mythros when he has other witches with him. Witches are trickier to handle. Can't just be plunged through with a sword, eh? Oh, Claude. I know how badly you want to do it. I agree with Karma. If all of us go in with swords and shields, we should be able to take the palace back. This is what we've been practicing for. Practicing? Ah, yes! The practice with all three of them. Karma, or Claude, is a knight. No, he's not a knight, sorry. He's a prince. Even witches will die if you stick a sword through their heart, won't they? But getting to a witch who knows you're there is difficult. I must do something. Save? Excuse me, I want to help, okay? Chevalier wraps his fingers around my wrist and frowns. Princess, this whole time I've been living at the margin. I was spared the fate of the royal family by sheer coincidence because I was cursed. I cannot just sit here and do nothing while the kingdom falls to a witch. It fell to witches before, and there were dire consequences. I cannot continue to be passive. I will not let myself be like Mother. Yes, you finally realized it! Princess, gotta read this whole thing. I am Rena Riella Britain, the Crown Princess of Angielle, and I will not stand by and watch when the kingdom is in turmoil. The room goes quiet at my statements. Chevalier's fingers loosen on my hand. I can see a ghost of a smile on his face, though it underlies his sorrow. Hey! Spoken like a true princess. Whether or not you want to help, Princess, you really can't. You won't be able to use your magic until your 18th birthday. That's when you become the bearer. I cannot let that stop me. I will find a way. The conversations in the room continue for a long while. At some point, it is said that volunteers are needed at the hospitals and clinics for the injured soldiers. Bleh. Chevalier immediately volunteers. Hey, that's bae. Only afterward does he look at me with regret. Princess, I'm sorry. For what? For putting my job before you. After all I just said. He told me he was going to try his best to change. Bria called him selfless for putting his work before her, but you would be a fool not to. My life is not in any danger, and there are people who need you more than I do. Do what you do best, Chevalier. Princess Rena. Oh God, I promise you I will do whatever I can to help you as well. As the meeting disbands, I am left standing there in quiet. The last to leave is Waltz, who promises me that he will make things right. I'm going to trust everyone, but I'm also not going to stand idle. I will make things right somehow. As is my responsibility as Crown Princess. Aww. Chapter 9, The Witch Puppet. Oh God, no, please. Alright. Oh! Hi, Rumpel! Chevalier! God dang it, I can't get used to that name. Oh! But I'm afraid that we have to stop here for today. We will continue more of Cinderella phenomenon in the next video. Oh God, we're nearing the end, guys. It looks like we might go and help out. This is totally different from the other stories that we've seen. I thought it was supposed to be that Alcaster holds the king and everything, just like in Karma's route or Claude's route. But I didn't expect that. Anyway, bleh. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys would like to see more of my videos, then click subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!